What up, folks? I'm back once again doing another video game review, and this time I'm reviewing Namco Museum, which was released for the Game Boy Advance. Now, it first started, that is pretty much a compilation of games released by Namco, which are, of course, the arcade classics that involves like Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, pole position and all that. But this particular version of Namco Museum has Miss Pac-Man, pole position, Dig, Galaga, and Galagan. Now, it really started in like the late '90s. Now, I'm not sure if it was released for Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, or straight Sega Saturn first, but it started back. It pretty much started off with one of those systems in the late '90s, and it ended up being released on the others. And like I said, it took relatively certain games from that were made by Namco, just put them together in a compilation game, and it ended up becoming a franchise, and it ended up coming out on like the Game Boy Advance, the one I'm reviewing. Now with this one, with the Game Boy Advance version, like I said, it has Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, in pole position. Now, pretty much, of course, you pick the game you want. You go to options and pick how many lives you want, the score that you pick for one-ups, with the exception of pole position. The one thing about this particular compilation game is that it pretty much plays like the original arcade games that each of them are based on. The main exception is that all of them have like an options menu where you can do whatever you want in terms of lives and points and whatever. And it not only does it like plays like the arcade originals, but they pretty much got the graphics too, so there's nothing changed in terms of gameplay, music, and graphics. I would say in certain ways it still has the difficulty of it, where the further you go in each game, the harder it gets. And Miss Pac-Man is pretty much the classic example of it. And as far as Dig Dug is concerned, that's the one, along with a pole position, is the one are the main two that I don't get far in. I'm gonna be honest, it's those two specific games I specifically suck at, versus say like Miss Pac-Man and Galaga. Well, I do like better at, that's just me. Some of you can do better in say pole position or Dig Dug or whatever. And Galagan is pretty much as far as gameplay wise, it's the slower version of Galaga. You know what I'm saying? But like far as like I said, the graphics are no different. The gameplay it hasn't changed. Same thing as the music. So if you like really enjoy the like the graphics, gameplay, and music, you're definitely going to enjoy it here. I'll say main complaints I have is the difficulty from an overall standpoint, and the how slow Galagan is. And that's pretty much as far as the graphics that I have. You know what I'm saying? But I like this I like Namco Museum for the Game Boy Advance. It is worth playing. Yeah. It will take you. I don't know how long it'll take you to like complete, like say pole position, but it will take you a while if you never played that particular game before. But as far as the score is concerned, I would definitely give it like a 9 because for mainly for the nostalgia reasons. Because this is all the type of games that I played back in the 80s. You know. So, now, honestly, I would recommend this version of Namco Museum. But truth be told, I would recommend any version of Namco Museum, regardless of which console is on, whether it's Nintendo 64, the Game Boy Advance, Sega Saturn, or PlayStation 1, or whatever the case may be. It don't matter which one you pick, which one it is, pick it up and play. Even the Game Boy Advance, you know. So with that being said, if you like any of the non-Go museum games that came out, including this one, you can talk about it in the comment section. If you like this video, don't hesitate to thumbs it up. And don't forget to subscribe. This is your boy Big Mike, Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off. I don't know why I messed up there, but I know on YouTube channel. But anyway, I'm signing off.